What's up, good people? Hopefully, everybody is doing amazing. Everybody is doing great, and yeah, it's another day, another time that, as usual, we're getting to learn more about the charts and also draw some lessons as well. Maybe get fucked once or twice, but that's the name of the game. So yeah, over here you can see I'm currently at the DXY. This is the dollar index, which mostly I do use because I only take my trades on Euro USD and sometimes GU, but mainly I just focus on DXY. Then I place an opposite trade for maybe the Euro USD or the GBP USD, right? So that's why I want us to look over here and maybe analyze what happened during the week. So I think should I get rid of these on Friday? My anticipation was I wanted to see maybe the market deep into this fair value gap here that was below this order block. We had a 2 hour fair value gap. Inside the 2 hour time frame, you can see this was the 2 hour fair value gap. I wanted to see maybe during this news hour, I was expecting to see a dip lower into this fair value gap, then a rally higher. But you can see we had a reaction of this order block that was here, a 2 hour order block. So yeah, then we had this a pump of price above. Also inside these we had an inversion fair value gap over here. This candle's low and this candle's high. We had this inversion fair value gap where the market had already reacted onto it, and this fair value gap was left open, and you can see a market over here deep into this inversion fair value gap, rallied higher. We had this movement lower, dipped into this order block, but really didn't dip into this 2 hour fair value gap, inversion fair value gap. Then we can see we had this bullish rally. Then afterwards we had this sharp retracement, and maybe we'll check what we're expecting to see maybe from this coming week, and I'll take you through that. So for now, I don't know whether I should start with what I'm expecting through the week. So I'll get rid of these and maybe uh, go through what I'm expecting. So we start from the week higher time frame, and as you can see over here, let me expand these. So this is the weekly time frame, the higher time frame, of course. So what we've been seeing is we had this retracement lower that dipped into this order block over here. Then we can see this rally higher that created this weekly fair value gap. So this previous week we had a dip into this weekly fair value gap, from which you can see the reaction of, and you can see how the candle closed above this weekly order block, because all these down close candles, because we are in a bullish market, all these down close candles to me are is an order block, right? So why am I saying I'm in a bullish market, right? So here is my reasoning behind my bullish narrative. I start from the monthly time frame. So as you can see from my charts, we had these we've been in a consolidation for a while now, can see we had a consolidation. We had this sell side liquidity being grabbed by this week. It was a manipulation. Why? Because if it is a displacement, and there's something we call displacement theory. If it was to be a displacement, then we could have wanted to see a candle closing below these lows, right? And also this candle, for it to be a displacement, it must create a fair value gap, right? But in this scenario, we are not seeing a displacement, right? Whatever you're seeing, it's manipulation. The market manipulated lower to clear these sell side liquidities below this, no, below these lows. And we had this rally that rallied to clear these sell side, these buy side liquidities above, right? And above here, I can say it was a displacement, because we can see this candle has just slightly closed above this high, right, creating a fair value gap, right? But this other next month violated the fair value gap by closing below these fair value gap, and then we had this rally lower, creating a balanced price range, right? What do I mean by a balanced price range? When we have two opposing fair value gaps, for instance, we have these candles high, these candles low, created a fair value gap, as well as we have these candles low, these candles high, created this fair value gap. So if we have fair value gaps overlapping or maybe opposite to each other, that price action there, we call it a balanced price range, right? Then what happened after we have these immediate this balanced price range, or this fair value gap was violated by these, the market was lower, right? But you can see it didn't take these lows over here, it created a higher low, right? The market rallied, currently dipping into these fair value gap inside that balance price range. You can see how price has been bullish, and I was watching these month price reaction over here this month. As you can see, it was the month of March last month. What happened? We had this retracement lower into these because to me this last down close candle is an order block. We had a dip further into this monthly order block, clearing this sell side liquidities below here, and then rallied higher, right? Then this current month, for now, what has happened is we have cleared these February high. We can see its retracement lower. I don't know, so we'll be looking for confirmation from the lower time frames, or the market structure from the lower time frames, so that we might see whether we might get the clear market structure, if we are bullish or if we are bearish. For now, inside this monthly time frame, we are it's not clear for me, because we are inside a clear level. Inside this clear level, we have cleared these previous month's highs, right? So maybe we might retrace for the lows, but for now, inside these monthly time frame, it's unclear for me. But from the lower time frames, I guess we can draw something major. Also, we have 23 days to go before this monthly candle closes, so we have maybe this the manipulation phase of these how can we call it, manipulation phase of that monthly candle. So yeah, inside the weekly time frame, what we can see is we had these buy side liquidities being grabbed there, right? And we have this fair value gap that has been dipped into. Then we can see how the candle rallied bullish and closed above that weekly order blocks. And I have some three dotted lines there, which are my breaker my breaker block. So I will be showing you the breaker in a minute inside, because it's a daily breaker. So we'll be watching that breaker, reaction of that breaker, and probably what I'm expecting to see, if anytime we'll see a candle closing above the swing high, then this will be the draw on liquidities, this previous month high, this blue line, as well as these liquidities above this high, that will be the draw on liquidity. But we must see a candle closing above this swing high. So for now, price, let me see, as it dipped to, we have these candles open, which is at 105.069, whereas this is at the high is at 105.100. So I guess it has dipped into this order block. We have dipped into this order block. So what I'll do, sorry guys, I'll have take this to see. Yeah, as you can see there, we had that slight, this Judas. Let's first, yeah, you can see we have this Judas swing over here that was an extension, dipped into this open and extended. The week was extended. Yeah, the order block has been dipped into. Now we want to be watching because buy side liquidity has been grabbed. So I'll drop the lower time frames and see what uh, I can be anticipating for the next week. So inside the daily time frame, I was referring to these. You can see we had this swing high. We have this candle number one, candle number two, candle number three. We have this swing that created this swing low. Then this previous swing high was taken, or this candle closed above it. Then later on, these lows were taken. So to me, this bullish up close candle, because we have the swing high, swing low, higher high that cleared this previous high, then a lower swing low that cleared this swing low, this previous swing low, to me, which is a breaker. And the midpoint is these daily breaker consequent encroachment. Then we have the low of the breaker and the high of the breaker that I've been watching. And what happened, we had this rally higher, we didn't see a displacement above these, right? Remember what I've told you before is we have the manipulation and the displacement theory, right? Sorry for that. The manipulation and the and the distribute no manipulation and the and displacement. Yeah, sorry. So what do I mean by manipulation? When we are manipulating, we want to see situations like these, whereby a swing high, yeah, in instance, we have this swing high, then above it we see a break, we have a candle that's closing above it, but it's also creating a fair value gap, right? For instance, we have this fair value gap paired with this volume imbalance. You can see the market dipped into this fair value gap, then consolidated, then we can see that push higher. In case of a manipulation, let's see, we have this swing high over here. We can see how candles were closing inside. The liquidity was grabbed here, but we can see how the candles were closing inside, right? Then we can see a consolidation, then we have this drop lower. Another case of a manipulation or of a expansion or distribution is we have this high being taken, right? By this candle closing above, we create a fair value gap, and the market rallies deeper into this fair value gap, then we can see that a bullish push higher. We have one to look for. Yeah, we can see we had these manipulation whereby these swing highs were taken. This swing high was taken, this swing high. We have no candle closing above it. If this candle closed above it, which some might call this candle closed above it, which some might call expansion, but to me isn't, because we didn't create a fair value gap here, right? Then later on we can see this drop lower. This low was taken, this swing low, creating a fair value gap. Market tapped into the fair value gap, then you can see this displacement, creating a fair value gap as well. A dip into it after taking these lows, then we can see these lows were taken. We have this volume imbalance. Market rallied deep into the volume imbalance. You can see the candles playing okay, rallying lower. Again, manipulation over here. Then we have this distribution as we continue going lower. So over here, what I think inside the daily time frame, this swing high, we haven't seen distribution. Whatever I am seeing is we have this manipulation. We have this manipulation because the swing high has been taken, the liquidities above this has been engaged, and maybe we had that tap into the weekly order block. Want to take back these to this level, yeah, and change it to maybe red. And we had you can see these manipulation also dipping into the dipping into that weekly order block after taking these liquidities. Then the market on this was on Tuesday, being showing bearishness on Wednesday, heavy bearish on Thursday. It was an indecision candle. Then on Friday we can see the dip into that fair value gap, fully closing it, and then you can see it's how it did lose its strength. And something I've been watching, remember, is this daily order block, daily breaker. Now I'll get rid of these to make my chart clean. And what I've been watching is my daily breaker, and we had this candle closing below the consequent encroachment of this daily breaker, right? So to me, I will drive lower into the 1 hour time frame to see the price action, because by closing below the consequence encroachment, to me it's a signal that we might be bearish, as well as we had this closure below this order block because it's a bullish market, but we have this don't close candle. We have closed below the consequent encroachment of also this daily breaker, so which to me is showing signs of bearishness, but want us to drop to the lower time frames and see what we might be expecting. So from the 1 hour time frame, what I can see is we had this consolidation, move lower, a dip into these after sell side liquidity has been taken. Remember, market usually moves from external range liquidity to internal range liquidity. We had these internal range liquidity paired with these volume imbalance with this fair value gap. So the liquidities below these lows were taken. Then you can see the market being bullish, dipped into these volume imbalance. Then you can see how it did lose its strength, and we had these bullish array fair value gap being formed, but over here what we can see is we saw this fair value gap being disrespected because we have these candles closing below even the midpoint as well as below these 1 hour fair value gap, creating other fair value gaps, which to me might push prices lower, will be pushing prices lower. So if inside the 4 hour time frame, what I can see is we had this fair value gap, which you can see this candle close below it. So above here we have a balanced price range. Above this fair value gap, this candle's high, upwards we have a balanced price range because buy side was offered again. On the other side we have the sell side, which was offered, referring to this area as a balanced price range, as well as we had this fair value gap. So the market had dipped into this fair value gap. Then you can see how it did lose its strength. And one thing I'm seeing is we have a breaker here, this number 1 2 3, this swing high, which created this swing low, and we have a higher swing high clearing these highs, as well as these low that cleared these lows. So to me, these bullish candles from the low to the high is a 4 hour order block, and you can see not it's a breaker block, not order block. So from these candles high to these candles low, the bullish candles, yeah, to me this a bullish a bearish breaker. And whatever I'm seeing is we had this candle respecting this breaker, as well as the consequent encroachment of this daily breaker. So I'm expecting this other week to be bearish, and whatever will be targeted, we have these fair value gaps, as well as this low hanging fruit sell side liquidity below these lows. So that's my expectation for maybe next week. And from the 1 hour, all the same, because we have the swing high created a swing low. The swing high was cleared here. Then we have these lows taking these low, these equal lows. So to me, this breaker, we had market rally into this breaker, then violate this and this breaker by closing below it. So I'm expecting to see lower prices, but market might retrace to the midpoint of this breaker, like this. We might expect a rally higher, then consolidation, then during Monday, then on Tuesday maybe the low hanging fruit will be these lows inside that weekly fair value gap. So that's my outlook for this other coming week. No longer bullish for DXY, but bearish. I'm expecting bearish prices for next week. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it was insightful, and I'll see you maybe next week. Bye bye.